Hey everyone, I'm Chris Atwell and welcome back to the channel. If you're a business owner or a leader, I want you to take a hard look at your calendar right now. Who is actually in control of your time? Are you dictating your day, or are you just reacting to the latest emergency, the newest email, and the constant stream of got-a-minute requests from your team? There's not a lot of time and energy to spare when you're running a business, and every moment is filled. But maximizing your time isn't about becoming a productivity robot or just squeezing more tasks into an already bursting schedule. It's about directing your attention and energy toward what truly moves the needle. So today, I want to talk about a framework I learned from one of my mentors, Dan Martell, called the perfect week. The idea is simple. Instead of reacting to whatever shows up on your calendar, you intentionally design a weekly template that protects your time for your most important priorities. Here's exactly how you can build your perfect week so you can stop firefighting and start leading with intention. Look, if you don't hold time for yourself, the business will take it all. You have to protect your energy first. So start by blocking off your daily routine on your calendar. Your morning routine, for example, that is sacred. So reserve that time along with your workouts and family commitments so you can maintain your energy and show up as your best self. Once those routines are protected and locked into your calendar, time block your essential tasks. Time blocking is a visual reminder and a commitment that you will actually sit down and do what you need to do. If you map this out visually, whether on paper or on a digital calendar like Outlook or Gmail, you can color code your blocks to see exactly how your week flows. For example, in my digital calendar, green blocks are client calls, orange blocks are personal development, and blue blocks are outreach. This allows my executive assistant to book meetings only within my designated boundaries, protecting my productivity. As a business owner, energy is your most valuable currency. But let's be honest, there are essential tasks in your business that completely drain your energy. Maybe it's running detailed reports on a weekly basis, doing expenses, or handling administrative reviews. If a task is important and essential, but it drains your energy, you must, and I repeat, you absolutely must use time blocking to set aside time to do it when you're at your absolute highest energy. And for a lot of leaders, this is in the morning, right after a workout and coffee. So look at your calendar and find the time every week when you can truly focus without distracting. The last thing you want is to leave an essential, energy-draining task hanging over your head late on a Thursday afternoon when you're already exhausted and just trying to make it through to your kid's soccer game. Face it head on when your battery is fully charged. Do it in the morning. I had a client who had a terrible habit of procrastinating on expenses and customer outreach because they drained him. We changed his perfect week to schedule Mondays specifically for outreach and block time on Fridays just for expenses. By batching these efforts during specific windows, he knocked them out effectively and was much happier overall. Bouncing between back and forth deep strategic thinking and front-facing sales calls will fry your brain. I find it incredibly helpful to set a cadence by assigning certain types of work to certain days. For example, I realized that back-to-back calls left me too drained for big projects. So I made Wednesdays my deep work days. I don't have any meeting, client call, or front-facing projects on Wednesdays. Instead, I use that day for physical recovery and extended periods to focus and flow, to do big picture strategy. When you theme your days, you give yourself permission to focus fully on one mode of operation. You aren't constantly switching gears, which means you get more done in less time. Let me give you a quick real-world example. I worked with a client of mine named Dean. He's a leader who is exactly the type of guy who just couldn't hold time for himself. Anyone internally or externally asked for a meeting, he would just say, yeah, that works for me. Throw it on his calendar and try to make it work later. It was an absolute disaster for his time. We laid out his perfect week. He blocked out his big tasks, team meetings, and his client visits. Now, if someone asks him for a meeting that doesn't fit into his specific blocks, he doesn't say yes. He points them to a block of time that does fit his week. He finally took control of his own schedule. Your perfect week isn't meant to be a rigid prison. It's supposed to evolve with your life, your business, and the seasons, but you need that baseline structure. If you're an agency owner who feels like you're constantly drowning in chaos and you want to reclaim 7 to 10 hours of your week, you need to head over to my website, mindset-conquest.com, where you can check out my Leadership Accelerator program. I help leaders install the rhythms that allow them to step out of the weeds and build a business that runs without them. Now hit that subscribe button if this strategy helped you, and let me know in the comments below what's one day of the week you're going to theme and what's the focus. Take control of your calendar, keep building that momentum, and I'll see you in the next video.